Awesome doggies, I've got the Sonata Osprey. Is it like a hawk? Is it any good? Well, keep on watching to find out more. All right, this is the Senada Osprey. You know, isn't it kind of funny how bikes and everything in life in general kind of goes in fads? Like, we tested this bike and we also tested this other bike from Rattan. I don't know how to say these names here. Getting more complicated on me. Why can't you just be like the KBO Compact? That's the best name ever. But this bike actually looks very similar to the Rattan Quisera, I think is what it was. Very similar design, very similar tires. This bike has a couple of key differences. And the main is the price. Right now, when I'm looking at it online, it's on sale for $999. And if you can get this bike for $999, I'll skip you the rest of the review. This kind of bike like looks good to you, just go buy it, honestly, because it retails for, I think, just under 1,500 bucks. So that's a good chunk off. But let me walk you through what else is unique about this e-bike, especially as it relates to like I never know how to say these freaking names. Rattan, Quisera. Just name them easy, like the Model X or Model Y. Come on. But first key difference, you'll notice, it does have a nice little cargo spot. You may wonder, well, hey, where is the battery? Well, the battery is actually right back in here. And that battery slides in and out. I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. It's nice and easy. You have to make sure you get it on the track so it doesn't fall off. And also make sure you keep it locked on there. I do like these designs for a couple of reasons. One, it kind of spreads out the weight a little bit more than have it all right up here. On these fat tire e-bikes, I feel like it kind of lowers the center of gravity a little bit and makes it ride a little bit easier. On the lighter weight bikes, I actually don't like it at all. But on this one, I think it's A-okay. And yeah, the couple other things I wanted to highlight just super quick. It's got the coolest display I think I've ever seen on an e-bike. It's got this fun little startup sequence that it has. It does have a 500 watt motor. It is a class 3 e-bike, which means it goes up to 28 miles an hour. And like I was mentioning with some of the other e-bikes, the technical way that a class 3 e-bike is supposed to work is supposed to give you all the support you want with the throttle up to 20 miles per hour. However, this e-bike will give you throttle up to 28 miles an hour. I got it going just a little bit faster. I'll do a speed test here too in just a second. It also has a torque sensing pedal assist. Now what that means, there's two kinds mainly of pedal assist. There is torque and there is cadence. Cadence is the more you pedal, like the faster you pedal, it doesn't matter what gear you're in, the more power gets to the wheels. The cadence sensor is the more power, the more force you put on the pedals, the more power it gets to the motor. And we say, well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is it just feels more natural to have it match your power. And sometimes those cadence sensors can be a little bit off and they can feel like you just hit the right spot on the turn because there's literally magnets that are built into it on the cadence sensors. But torque really senses how much power you're pedaling and tries to match it equally so that you don't get these big bursts of power, which I like. It's kind of fun to do it that way, but it's less predictable and it's less safe too. The one bummer, the one thing I don't like about the e-bike, just after testing it for just a couple of miles here, is it has mechanical disc brakes. Not a deal killer, and it's not, you know, a huge deal, but I've been so spoiled by hydraulic disc brakes that the mechanical ones, it's just not quite the same after using the hydraulic. But they had to save some price somewhere. They're gonna do it, you know, that's not a bad spot to do it. It does only have the 500 watt motor, but I found this to be plenty peppy because like that Quisera has a 750 watt motor. And I feel like this one was a little more peppy. I think it's just tuned to go a little bit more electricity to the back hub motor. But let me go take us for a quick spin. I'll tell you what I think. All right, first things first, let's do a little speed test. How does that sound? Let's do it. All right, pedal assist level 3 and go. 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It keeps on going, actually. Let's see if we can get going faster, huh? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26, 27, 28. 28 is about where it tops off there. Now, pretty impressive actually for a 500 watt motor, about 185 pounds. And let's do a quick little brake test and see how this bad boy brakes. All right, now let's do a brake test. This does have the mechanical disc brakes, not the hydraulic disc brakes. It's gonna go about 20 miles an hour, show you what a brake test would be like. And a little faster, 21, 23, 24, 25, and brake. Now the past 2 electrical bikes I've tested, I've actually skidded when I tested out the brakes. I did not on this one. I appreciate the extra braking power, but also skidding in a bike is kind of funny. Just so. Let's go take us over a hill, do a hill test. I've been pleasantly surprised with how zippy this bike is, just to be completely honest with you. Oh. Smooth like butter, fresher than any other. That works pretty good. It's not quite the up and pup, but not a bad deal whatsoever. Honestly, that's pretty good. Now let me show you just a little bit, actually get a little flatter ground on what I mean by the torque sensors here. Now I have this on the highest level of pedal assist. Show you here. Woo! 32 miles an hour. I'm going downhill. People always asking, you go faster? Yes, you can. Get a little flatter ground here. All right, so a typical cadence sensor will do something like you just have a little bit of a turn of the pedals and the crankshaft, and it will pick up. And this does not have that. See how it's nice and smooth? It just kind of picks up and goes. That's the difference between a cadence sensor and a torque sensor. Let me raise the camera and talk to you a little bit more here about that. So see how it gets just kind of nice and smooth? That is the torque sensor, not the cadence sensor. The cadence sensor would be like, sometimes if you just like turn and hit just the right spot, it will go whoa. But this is, I have a nice low gear here to show you how this works. Because other ones, if I could put it in a nice low gear like this, and like little gear 4, and it would just, you'd feel it. But now, if I get it up, the more force, the more power I'm giving it, the more I need, the more power it gives to the rear motor, which is pretty cool. And I'm going 25 miles an hour, really, no problem. If you wanted to go even faster, you can just push more, push, and that's where it gets more power to the wheels. Or you can obviously just do throttle too. All right, now who is this bike for? Now, besides the fact that I highlighted earlier, it's only $9.99. I mean, geez, it's a pretty good deal, huh? But there is no such thing as a perfect e-bike, as I said many times, but there probably is the perfect e-bike for you. Let's see, this bike is probably for the person that, maybe needs a commuter. All right, now let me talk about just for a second, a couple little minor things that I don't care for on this electric bike. One is, this is not adjustable. The handlebars are not adjustable. So I feel like it could be up a little bit higher. I probably need to raise the seat just a little bit, but not huge, not a giant deal. So for that, reason, kind of strikes out people that want to go long distances, because you do want a really ideal, pedal stance or handlebar stance for that. The other thing I don't care for is the mechanical disc brakes, as I mentioned once again. And the only other really small thing is I haven't ever had to mess with a whole lot of the gears when working with electric bikes. This one's got a couple of funky ones. They just need to be tuned up. You can kind of hear it clicking there. This is the fifth gear. One of them's really bad. Yeah, there you go. And so I just need to be tuned up. Not a problem at all, really, honestly. It's no big deal to have it tuned up a little bit like that. And you can even do it yourself. There's tons of YouTube videos online about how to do that. But who's this bike for? Now, for some reason in the URL for this bike, it says it's called the fishing bike, fishing cargo bike. I don't know what fisherman this would be for, but here's who I think this bike is best for. Is someone that, needs to go maybe, 5 or 10 miles at a time, nothing crazy, nothing short, nothing too long. Someone that, I don't know, needs to go, in the neighborhood a little bit and hang out there. It's not for the really serious off-roader. That car scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Now the bike does have the really nice front suspension, so it goes over bumps. I did not time it that way, I promise. It has a nice suspension, so it does go over bumps, does handle some trails. Fat tires obviously lend itself to the trails. Not a super serious off-roading e-bike, but no slouch either. But in the world of trends, it's kind of funny to get two of these e-bikes that are kind of these combo cargo slash, fat tire e-bikes. And the cadence sensor's upgraded. They've got good motor in it. I was surprised that the 750 watt versus 500 watt. I didn't actually know this bike actually feels peppier. And sometimes they can tune it, or maybe it has more Newton meters of torque or something. But this bike over the Rattan is pretty compelling. You'd be hard pressed to get me to spend almost twice as much on the other e-bike versus this one. I mean, honestly, I'm glad I tested them in this order, because I wouldn't have had that nice of things to say about the other one, knowing that this one was a good option. And so, yeah, it's probably best for the person that just needs to go and do some casual riding, maybe go a couple miles to work every day, and maybe carry some light cargo. If you have any questions or comments about this electric bike or any of the other ones that we've tested, let us know in the comments below. And you know what? I hope to see you, yes, you, very soon. See you on the flip side.